Trust God. These are two most difficult words to obey. Trust God. See, you may lose your home in fire. You may lose your friend or relative to a serious illness. You may lose your dream, your hopes. In fact, you might lose everything. Yet, I know all losses are painful. But in life, you would be brought back over and over again to this verse, which is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 through 6. And I know you all know this. It says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge Him, and He will make your paths straight. Listen to this carefully. It says, with all your heart and with all your ways. Now we have a problem with this because, of several things. First, we are too self-sufficient. That's why we don't trust God. We have learned to get out of our problems ourselves. This is our problem. Think of it this way, if a small baby needs anything, who do you think worries more, the baby or the parents? Of course, the parents. But what we do as children, as child of God, is we don't let our daddy, our parent God, deal with our problems. In fact, we try to deal with our problems ourselves because we think we are too self-sufficient. This is the first reason. The second reason is that we feel distant from God of heaven. Now, don't feel guilty at all. Even Job felt the same thing. Even he was in the same position. Yet, in the midst of all loss, he said, though he slay me, I will trust him. The third reason why we don't trust God is because we have cultivated a bad habit of worrying. We worry a lot. Many of us are much better in worrying than in trusting God. In fact, I'm sure you're worried about something even now. Maybe work, maybe family issue, and the biggest of all, financial issues. You don't have enough money. Okay, let me just encourage you by solving this for you. You will never have enough money. So why worry? I will tell you this. Every time you worry, you act as an unbeliever. Every time you worry, you act as an unbeliever. The fourth reason why we don't trust God is that because we feel that we are not so important for God. Do you know how important you are to God? He gave His life for you. Funny thing is that we trust Him for big things, but we don't trust Him for small things. Like, for example, we have trusted Him for our salvation, but we don't trust Him when it comes to paying a car loan or paying the bills on time, not being able to pay the rent on time. I will tell you, if you worry, you don't trust God. When you choose to fix the impossible by yourself, again, you don't trust in God. When you hurry and don't wait on the Lord, you don't trust God. When you change sides on the bed at night just worrying about things, you don't trust God. When you doubt all the biblical promises from God written in the Word, you don't trust God. When you turn to others before God, you don't trust God. When you try and manipulate the situation to come out of the situation yourself, you don't trust God. When you cling to others for sympathy and be loved, you do not trust God. And the list goes on and on. You see, it is very easy to disobey the verse. The words, trust God. In fact, in other words, it's so easy to live in flesh. My dear brothers and sisters, keep your worries aside deliberately and tell God loud and clear that, Lord, I trust in you and you alone. I will lean on you alone. I will wait on you alone. And I will listen to you alone. Trust God irrespective of the situation. Philippians 4 verses 6 says, Don't worry about anything. In fact, pray about everything. You know, so this is what I want to tell you, that the best way, if I have to tell you, the best way to stop worrying is actually to start worshiping. Whenever you get in the morning, ask Him to be the shepherd of your life for that day. And keep telling that same thing again throughout the day. Just tell Him that you are my shepherd, I'm your sheep. Don't say like all is well, like the movie Idiot, Three Idiots. We have a living God that we serve. And let me tell you a secret, a very important thing. Anything that you love more than God, that will cause you stress. You love money, it will give you stress. In fact, it is already giving stress to everybody. Keep God first. I urge you, brothers and sisters, keep God first in everything. Keep Him the first love of your life. Give all your worries to Him, and He will never, ever let your trust in Him down. Even if you're going through the toughest times in life, trust Him. He will bring you out of the thing in ways you will never even understand. He can do anything for you. He can do the impossible. You know how I say this with so much confidence? Because we serve a miracle working God. God bless you all.